Hello everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. We're back again with another monthly favorites, and I wanted to share with you guys my favorite clothing item this month, and it would have to be, you guys, I'm gonna laugh, it's got to be bras. After my open heart surgeries, guys, I've been very sensitive around my rib cage. Now, I developed pericarditis, and I've had 4 different episodes of pericarditis during this last year, and so wearing a regular wired bra became like unbearable. You know, it was just, oh. And aside from the fact I'm typically a 36B, but I couldn't wear a 36B anymore. It felt like oh, it was very painful. So I have picked up what my daughter uses, and that would be bralettes. And I show you these because I got them at Target. They were on clearance this month in February. And I got this one. It's more of a sports bra looking one, but it's got the cute little lace back detail. So I don't know if I'll use this as a sports bra because I don't think it has much support, but it is really nice if you're wearing something that shows your back. It's so pretty. I picked up this one in this beautiful little pink, and it's lacy, and it's just, and when it peeks through, it's so pretty. I got these two. They're more, again, that whole sports bra kind of look, but it had this almost like a ripped lace is probably the best way to describe it. It's so neat, and I thought it would be really pretty underneath tank tops or something. It would just be so cute. I really like that one, and I got that in black, and I got it in more of a rusty color. I figured for next fall it might be really cute as well. Look at the back of that one. So anyways, I got this one in this very bright fluorescent yellow with the neat cross in the front like that, and in the back, look, it's got such a nice little crisscross in the back. And guys, I got them half off, and then the day I went in, they were starting to mark them down again. $4 for each one of these bras, and I was so excited because when can you get $4 bras? Never. And so I was so excited to be able to find that. I want to share with you guys a combination of 2 products that I found extremely very successful. I had had a little bit of a medical setback in December and in January, so I was trying to do everything I could to kind of help myself. And one of the things I was having a lot of trouble with was sleep. And so I went and got these 2 just thinking that this was for heart health, and that Dr. Suarez had told me that magnesium was really good to rest your mind. So I was like, I'll add it to my supplements. And guys, I started to sleep really well. So then I was like, my mom had a lot of trouble with sleep, and I added it to her pill box, and because I do her pill box, and guys, this really helped her sleep. I thought to myself, I wonder if other people know. I don't know if it's a combination of them together or if it's just simply the magnesium, but I thought I'd let you guys know, in case you are having some trouble with sleep, that this might be something that could help you. Now, I would, like always, advise you to talk to your doctors, because I only decided to do this simply because my doctor was the one who informed me about magnesium. Now, I don't know if there's any medical, you know, backing up of this. I can only just tell you what I've experienced. Another thing I added, which would be my food favorite. Now guys, this is peppermint tea from Celestial Seasonings, and it's caffeine free, and it's peppermint, like I just said. And y'all know that I love the taste of mint and the smell of mint. It just is very refreshing to me, and it's also quite calming. So I started drinking this cold at night because I live in Florida, but when it was cold outside, I would drink it warm. I was using the stevia, the Sweet Leaf Sweet Drops, and they're stevia based, and this one is the French vanilla one. It's by the brand Sweet Leaf, and I'll, you know, put a drop of this inside of a cup of this tea, and one, it was very calming. It's helped my stomach a lot. It also helped with my nighttime routine, so it's really helped with sleep. So all 4 of those things would be lifestyle, but also might be something that you might look into if you're having a little bit of trouble sleeping. So guys, I want to talk to you about my favorite candle this month, and it's one of my favorites in general, and it would be Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works. Guys, this is this year's candle. It came out this year, and the notes on this particular candle are citrus, orange essential oils with a note of bubbly champagne and sparkling berries. I love the smell of the berries with the citrus and that effervescence that you get from champagne, that, you know, that little bubbliness. It's just, it really is a bubbliness. It's so good. I love this candle, especially in the month of January and February. It kind of helps me transition into the more fruity scents and more summer and springy scents. You know, my favorite TV show would have to absolutely be Rain. I believe originally that was aired here on the States in the channel, the CW, and I remember actually it being advertised back in the day. However, I recently watched it on Netflix, so it's still on Netflix. I'm on season 3, and the reason I didn't read more books this month is because I've been watching Rain. It's about Mary Queen of Scots. Queen Elizabeth, the daughter of King Henry Tudor, is in this, and it also involves other monarchies, like Don Carlos of Spain also shows up in season 3. It's so good. It's got a lot of intrigue. It's got, oh, the clothes are amazing. You watch the clothes. I love watching clothes, and they just are so beautiful. I love Mary's heart, and sometimes you have to make really hard decisions when you're a monarch. So in either case, I absolutely love the show Rain, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who loves historical fiction. If you like nice clothes, there's a little bit of romance. Queen Catherine is just, oh, she's evil, but you love her. So, you know, sometimes you hate Queen Catherine, sometimes you love her. King Francis, he's just this amazing, just kind young man. But in either case, I love the show Rain, and I think you might enjoy it as well. Now, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite books. And y'all, I read 6 books this month, and I will, you know, put them here so that you guys can see what I did read on either side. But I'm going to talk to you guys about a series that I just really fell in love with. Actually, there were 3 standout books this month, but my absolute favorite would be the Starflight series by Melissa Landers. And so it's the book Starflight, which is the first one, and the second one is Starfall. And I hope that she comes out with more. It's a young adult romance set in a futuristic sci-fi setting, and you fall in love with each of the characters. The first 2, it's about a young girl, Solaris, and the challenges she faced as a very poor orphan child on Earth, and she's trying to escape because she committed a very big mistake, and she was now seen as a criminal, and she had really no future. She was trying to go to another world, and then her nemesis, let's put it that way, in her schooling was a young man named Dorian, who had been the football player and the star student and the son of one of the richest men on earth. Dorian was pretty much her bully in her schooling experience, and he lived eternally bitter because she was the better student in school. And so the story just basically centers around them 2. And then the next one is Starfall, is about a young woman. Her name is Cassia. She is a runaway princess, and her best friend who ran away with her, and his name is Cain. And it's their story and a group of very eclectic people that come aboard this ship, and they go around the galaxy. I don't want to share a lot more because she really built a really neat world system, and by world I mean there were different worlds on different planets, and it was so good. There were pirates and fall of a monarchy. There's Earth. It's just, you know, there's a mafia. So good. It's so well rounded and so well written, and I could actually see this series made into a movie. I really enjoyed Michelle Obama's Becoming. I was never someone who really followed the Obamas. You know, they were our president, and I was respectful, and I agreed with some things, and I didn't agree with others. Let's put it that way. But I didn't really know her very well. It wasn't someone that I followed. I did admire her because I thought she carried herself very well. And as a woman, I think she gave our girls a lot to look up to. In either case, I read the book, and I absolutely fell in love with her. I think she's lovely. She's such a down-to-earth woman, and she shared her story so eloquently, and her love for her family, it's just something that I admire. So the second book I really loved is a fictional book by Beth Moore, and she is a Bible study teacher that I absolutely love. I've done so many of her studies, but this is a fictional book, and it was called The Undoing of Saint Sylvanus, and it's about a young girl who was separated from her father at a very young age and raised by a very free mother, let's put it that way. And her father is from an old family in New Orleans, and they lived in an old church, and it was called the Chapel of Saint Sylvanus, I believe it was, and they had remodeled it, and it was more of like a little bit of a boarding house, let's put it that way. They rented rooms, and it was just such a nice, like, antique home in old New Orleans. Guys, the story it captures you. It's so good, and you can see Beth is actually writing this like herself, you know. It's like almost like she's talking to you. I loved it. I really did enjoy it. So if you're into Christian fiction, you'll really enjoy that one. Now, the other books I read this month, I really liked too. The next book I'll talk about is Called to Protect by Lynette Eason, and that book is about the sex slave industry and how easily it is for a young woman to fall prey to it. And so it's just really interesting the way she develops the story. I really did enjoy it. If I were to tell you something, that's probably the book that gave me the most stress this month, because I have a 20-year-old, and every time she would go out, I would say, don't talk to that guy, or something like that. So anyways, it was really, really good, but it really hit close to home just because of where our world is right now. And then the last book I read was The Bear and the Nightingale, and it's by Catherine Arden. And anyways, I liked that book too. I thought it was really good. It was a Slavic fairy tale with a bit of a dystopian society within it, and it's definitely a fairy tale. So it's something that you could probably sit and share with your kids, but at the same token, it had a little bit of darkness to it. You know, Brothers Grimm, they're a little bit dark, and so Elizabeth Arden was able to tap into that. It is part of a series. I haven't read book 2 yet. It was good. It just wasn't one of my favorites. I love it when we get to talk about favorites, because you know, who doesn't like to talk about the stuff that they love? Thank you once more for coming by to visit me. I hope you come back again, and y'all be blessed. Bye.